Hello Olgeta. On Mind, Body and Soul, Herbal Remedies Ayurveda style. It's got to be perfect, or does it? And we have the full wrap on the detox box. But first, a picture may indeed be worth 1,000 words.
The beauty about art is that it bypasses the intellectual processes and goes into the unconscious, and you draw from that place.
According to art therapist Rena Urbach, many people hide behind a wall of words. Talking through their problems may not reveal enough of their feelings for them to be able to find the peace that they're seeking. Often, people who choose to see an art therapist have talked to counsellors or other therapists already, but are looking for something that works at a different level.
I wouldn't expect you to go into this really deeply.
It's like a meditation. It's totally absorbing, and you uncover anger and grief and fear and strong feelings that we are socialised into not walking around expressing all day. And this is a place where people can feel free to express those feelings, and it's a relief. Once those things have been released, then they find that there's love and joy and positive feelings underneath, but it's very hard to feel those positive feelings until you've released the negative.
A trained social worker and counsellor, Rena became an art therapist in 1998. She has found that art therapy can be a dynamic tool for working with people of all ages.
It's great for children because they're not very good at sitting with a psychiatrist and just talking seriously like an adult. But they have fun and they play and be creative, and that's what kids are supposed to do, and you discover something on a much deeper level. Then we can work with the material that comes out. At the moment I'm working with a 15-year-old girl who has leukemia, and she, like many teenagers, didn't want to talk. She found talking very difficult. The therapy is just making art. But when I went back to her and said, "Can we talk a little bit about them?" all of a sudden it all poured forth, and she became very insightful about what all the paintings meant to her. The moon is the power behind the sun, she said, and the sun is very fierce and extravagant, and the moon is a subtle strength. And they're both equally powerful, but I need people supporting me from behind. So I guess that's me, and that's the people, especially my mother, who supports me. This is a woman admiring a sunset, enjoying the simple things in life that you need to be happy. She's taking time to heal. The two fish keep each other company, and they're very tranquil. Two parts of her coming together.
In Rena's sessions, clients use drawing, painting, moulding clay, and sand play and symbol work to reveal their feelings and explore their issues.
Children love the sand pit, but I find that the sand play is one of the favourites for most people, because if you're not an artist, the symbols are all there for you, and it's very accessible to people.
Sand play and symbol work offers an easy, enjoyable way for people to express themselves. Moving and shaping the sand in a tray is very soothing. Instead of drawing, small figures are chosen to create pictures and stories in the sand. The figures develop deeply personal meaning. For example, the horse may represent power, the monkey playfulness, and the snake wisdom. Letting the figures express our feelings is a safe way to work through and resolve problems.
This was an early stage of this little boy who was 7 years old, and his mother had died of cancer. His father brought him in because he wasn't coping well at school or in life generally. This tank and this, I don't know what it is, something very fierce, was repeatedly mowing over these dinosaurs. They'd get up again and they'd be mowed down again, and this went on and on and on repeatedly. And in here there was always watching, this little lizard just watching. The battle between the monsters and the tank seemed to be a reenactment to me of his mother being mowed down by the cancer. It was some way of coming to terms with and handling his mother's death.
If you are looking for a therapy that gets you out of your head and allows you to explore colour, texture and your creativity, art therapy may be your ticket on a very special journey.
It's very healing just doing it. But we like to move from the feeling to the thinking. It kind of rounds off the process for us. So having insight and creating meaning is like the icing on the cake.
In ancient Sanskrit, Ayurveda medicine literally translates as the science of life and longevity, and is considered one of the world's first holistic healthcare systems, dating back over 4,000 years. Customizing herbal medicines to an individual's constitution are central to Ayurveda practice. The monks who first began to develop theories of wellness discovered that the taste and the synergic action of a herb determines its healing power, cleansing, balancing, or rejuvenating. Getting the right combination of herbs and minerals plays a big role in starting and sustaining the recovery and rejuvenation process. At Ayurvedan Oasis, the Shamana herb and mineral preparations aim to balance and stabilize the digestive system. This is because the ultimate goal of treatment is to reignite the correct digestive fires, allowing the body to regain its inner wisdom. Louise uses the metaphor of fire. When the pilot light of a person's vitality is only flickering, the whole system will be thrown out of kilter, and toxic armors will manifest in the organs and tissues. There is also a strong emphasis on getting the right dietary advice your body really needs in order to heal. And of course, gaining an improved understanding of your constitution and nutritional requirements gives you greater control over your health, giving you a better chance of achieving long-lasting vitality. The wonder of Ayurveda, Louise believes, is that it functions on a cellular intelligence, restoring the Agni, or life force, and bringing the body back into harmony, both within itself and in its relationship with the external world. Following a thorough dosha diagnosis, a range of Shamana herbs and minerals are prepared by Louise, using a vast array of herbal ingredients, many of them grown and prepared in India. As you've probably already discovered, some Eastern therapies involve taking nasty-tasting tonics. Not so with Ayurveda. Everything smells and tastes delicious. There are 4 categories of medication Louise can prescribe. Powdered herbs, which can be taken with water or warmed milk, or ready-formulated tablets. Then there are the very edible herbal jams called avaleha, or Shyavanaprash, which can be eaten by the spoonful. Medicated herbal wines, which taste like delicious schnapps, are called arishtas or asavas, and are diluted with warm water. The 4th category are the heavy metals or bhasma, which bind with toxins and are flushed out of the body. Because everything is so easy to access and prepare, you won't have any problems keeping up with your medication. And for those who really want to embrace the Ayurvedic way of life, Louise is happy to provide herbal recipes you can learn to prepare at home with honey and ghee. Louise passionately believes that learning to empower yourself and taking active responsibility for your health is crucial. Of course, the Ayurvedan Oasis isn't only a place to find a cure for persistent ailments. Maintaining optimum health, keeping from running down and leaving yourself open to illness is just as important. With so many pleasurable tastes and sensations to experience, it's easy to see why so many people are turning to the restorative power of Ayurveda. Are you the type of person that always has to have things just right? Do you expect people around you to meet your own high expectations? Maybe you think you're just a perfectionist, but having high standards isn't always a good thing. What are some symptoms of perfectionism anyway? Well, maybe you take on every task that's handed to you. You might find it hard to say no for fear of disappointing those around you. Maybe you're exceptionally well organized and finish your tasks early. Or maybe you're one of those people that's constantly procrastinating because you don't want to do anything unless it's the absolute best you can do.
That's finished.
Essentially, perfectionism is all about having unrealistic expectations. If you haven't done things as well as you would have liked to, you'll get upset, even if everyone else is amazed. It's hard to believe because perfectionists seem so together, but a lot actually suffer from a lack of self-confidence. They think that they have to be just right in order to keep their world under control. So, if you're a perfectionist, what can you do to break your habits? It's as simple and as difficult as changing your patterns of thinking. See, it's likely that you tend to think negatively. For example, I rushed this work project, so people are going to think I'm lazy. Or, I was so tired I didn't do the housework. People are going to think I can't look after my family. It's these thought patterns that need to be changed. If you make yourself aware of what you're thinking before you act on it, you can change what the outcome is. Instead of thinking, I can't look after my family because you are too tired to clean the house, tell yourself that it's okay to leave the housework for one more day because it was a long day at work. Enlist the support of your family and loved ones. Tell them that you're trying to break some old habits and you really need their reassurance. This will help you because you'll have someone telling you when you're about to start being pedantic. Set goals that are realistic and that can be easily achieved. Don't try and aim for the best, just aim for what will make you happy. You don't need more than that. More importantly, give yourself credit for all the things you've achieved in your life. Praise yourself. After a while, you'll stop thinking negatively and will start to give yourself the praise that you're due. Once you're happy within yourself, others will notice that too. It can be a long road to breaking the perfectionist cycle, but it's a journey well worth taking. At the end of it, you'll feel happier and more relaxed. And instead of trying to get a project just right, you'll know when to let it go so that you can enjoy more time doing the things that you love to do. Do you feel a little strange, sluggish maybe, or under the weather? Maybe it's time to visit a place that specializes in detoxicology, such as Tracy Hebron's The Body Project. Detoxicology isn't just a big word. It's about looking at a variety of methods of detoxing. The usual detox is to change our diet for a period of time. But that is only a small part of detoxing the body. Other ways to detox are by reducing your overall toxic load by limiting the use of various synthetic personal care products, filtering your water, or having detox body wraps and detox box treatments. So, how exactly do you know if toxins are wreaking havoc on your body? Maybe you feel sluggish or not 100% well. You might suffer from headaches, asthma, or a foggy brain. Toxins are nasty things. They age the body, disrupt our hormonal patterns, and some can even make us fat. Toxins are everywhere. They're in our food, they're in our air, and even in our clothes. We live in what Tracy calls chemical soup, and it can't be good for our health. Tracy specialises in 2 forms of detox, the Universal Contour Wrap and the Detox Box.
Clay in this wrap detoxes the body just like a clay mask for your face.
Yes.
Just as you put clay on your face to actually pull out the impurities, this does exactly the same. Okay. So it removes the impurities, and the elasticized bandages actually push everything firmer against the body, which is why you get such a smoothness on the skin.
Tracy uses only natural products in her wrap: bentonite clay, a variety of minerals, bandages, and warm water. The simplicity is effective, and patients notice a difference immediately after the wrap is removed. It's fantastic for helping cellulite, which is just toxified fatty deposits, and it also leaves your skin tighter, smoother, and softer.
You like that, do you?
Wow,
That's
very
what I
much.
like about
That is completely different.
If a body wrap isn't really your style, then why not try the Detox Box?
This is the Detox Box. It's a far-infrared sauna, which is similar to a normal sauna in that it heats the body and causes you to sweat, but it does this at a much lower temperature of around 45 to 50 degrees.
This type of heat works by penetrating around 4 centimeters under the skin and warming the body. As the temperature increases, the body sweats, and this removes toxins. Whether you choose the body wrap or the detox box, both will lower your toxic load, so you'll feel more vital. Anyone can benefit from these detoxifying treatments, so why not give it a go? You'll feel fantastic on the inside, and the outside will reflect your newfound healthiness. Wheatgrass has gained notoriety over recent times as a mighty whole food, a powerful antioxidant, and a natural tonic. There is little to dispel these suggestions when a small amount of this green wonder contains vitamins A, B1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 12, vitamins C, E and K, calcium, iron, selenium, zinc and many other minerals. Wheatgrass juice contains 70% crude chlorophyll. Considered the blood of plants due to the similarity to our blood in molecular structure. Chlorophyll has an antibacterial effect on wounds and an anti-yeast effect in the digestive tract. It appears to counteract many toxins in the body. It has the effect of reducing inflammation. Thus it can be used to help counteract the effects of arthritis, stomach ulcers, colitis, sore throats and other inflammatory conditions. Wheatgrass can be especially helpful while cleansing the liver. But at any time, a taste of wheatgrass can only do your body good. Are you a lonesome city guy who longs to be part of a close-knit community? Well, look no further. Males are weaving their way into pursuits traditionally thought of as feminine, and really learning to get in touch with their warm and fuzzy sides. New York Knitters is a men's-only group that meets at the pub every Friday night. Arguably a traditionally male pastime. The only difference is these guys are bonding over beer, needles and a couple of balls of yarn. The men are learning to knit. It's a great way for the men to get together and unwind, not just the yarn, but the stresses of the day. Chatting about their latest love pursuits over the clicking of needles and the clinking of glasses is a surefire remedy for tension. And according to knitting instructor Amy Keller, the boys can knit one and purl two with the best of them. Men tend to be a little competitive and aim for the harder patterns. Scarves, potholders, hats and sweaters flow from the needles of the men who are at varying stages of knitting know-how, from beginners to professional. Some of the guys find the repetitive action of knitting very meditative and relaxing. But instead of sitting down to meditate by doing nothing, this way they come away with a little something.
It relaxes me. It's got a meditative quality, but I've tried meditation and it feels like I'm wasting my time, but this is meditative and relaxing, but I produce something out of it.
Be it a bootie or a scarf. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, men in the UK are hopping in on the sensitive New Age guy bandwagon as well. Only this time they're exploring their feminine sides at finishing school. There is no finer way to ease the stresses of a modern relationship than by knowing how to iron, set a table, sew, and overall, mind your manners. The loutish, beer-chugging English laddishness is left far behind as the men learn the fine art of deportment. But this finishing academy is not for Nancy boys. Traditionally masculine pursuits such as clay pigeon shooting and fly fishing are all part of the 3-day etiquette intensive.
We can't teach somebody to fish in an hour, but we can give them a very good idea of whether they like that sort of thing. So yes, they can go and get some lessons or go and fish somewhere else. And a lot of them have done.
Men from many countries come to learn better behaviour from the world's #1 finishing school. Hoping to procure better jobs and positions in society, the men learn to live by the old adage, "Manners maketh the man." Power handshakes and how to play the high society game are top of the list of lessons. So, what will a makeover for male manners set you back? A mere £650. It's a small amount to pay for the gift of good manners which are ageless, priceless and classless, according to instructors at the Finishing Academy. Far from popular belief, most women these days still want that charismatic knight in shining armour. So if you want to be in with the best chance to impress the ladies, you have to be an all-rounder. A man who can walk tall, shoot straight, and knit a mean sweater is the man of tomorrow. Join us again on Mind, Body and Soul as we discover more paths to health and happiness. But for now, Dominique gives us some food for thought.
There is an old Sufi saying that says, "Trust in Allah, but tether your camel first." Essentially, this aphorism is talking about the importance of trusting in a grand plan, trusting in the divine plan, and yet not using this as an excuse to sit on your hands and to not live your life to its full potential. Trust in the universe, trust in the Creator, but take responsibility for cultivating the details of your life, for cultivating a good moral existence as well.